Hi guys, my name is Kevin. I'm one of the co-founders of Plugin Lab, and today I'm gonna share with you some experiments I did with ChatGPT plugins. So hopefully I will give you some interesting information if you plan to create some plugins in the foreseeable future. Basically, to give you some more context, I have a basic API. I've created a plugin around it. So my API is very simple. It allows me to fetch some coffee flavors and coffee products. And then I can ask for details. There is a list coffees endpoint and a get coffee by ID endpoint. And after that, I can also ask for a purchase link to purchase one or more coffees. So I have asked many questions to ChatGPT, and I've changed my backend based on to do some experiments around it, and I will show you my result. So first, I made my backend in order to respond with 32 coffees, and what you can see here on the screen is that ChatGPT answered and gave me, he wrote me a list of every single item on the response. So I get the product price, the name and description, and to be honest, it's a bit weird to read all those items like that, but it works, it does the job. So it listed me the 32 coffees. Actually, I've did some other experiments where I was asking like, hey, can you give me more information about macchiato or americano, for example? And it was able to correctly, without any problem, just fetch the get by ID endpoint and give me more information about those specific products. So this is really nice, and it worked kind of well. So I didn't have any problem with that. Then I tried to create another response on my backend in order to it to return 200 items. And this is quite interesting because the response was much larger. And what you can see is first, the list has been displayed just differently. You don't have the description, despite the fact the backend was returning the description, and it only shows 20 products. And he also displayed a message saying like, hey, this is a partial list. There are more coffees available. I can list them later if you ask. So it's interesting because on the first request, we sent 32 coffees. He displayed 32 coffees. But on this one, he kind of understood that the request was larger and it wasn't maybe required to list the 200 coffee. So we could say ChatGPT is smart enough. Yeah. Let's see another request. So in this one, ChatGPT just crashed. So basically, there is a hard limit, and this is documented on the OpenAI documentation. So your body request can't send more than 100,000 characters. If you do so, the ChatGPT will just have some unexpected behavior. Here you can see it on the screen because it's not displayed anymore, but ChatGPT just crashed and said, hey, the backend sends too many results, so I can't handle that. So yeah, you have to keep that in mind. Your body responses must be just small enough. To be fair, this one was very large, 400 items. You're not expected to send so large responses, so that's fair enough. Then I did another experiment where my backend was also, it was not only returning a description and price and a product name, but also an image URL. And here you can see the idea was to try, hey, does ChatGPT show me some cards or some fancy stuff? The answer for now is not, is no, because you can see he started to display the list, and we also have some image URL, so I can click on the image here. So yeah, it displayed some links on the screen. This is working. Maybe not the perfect result, but fair enough for now. Then on the conversation, I tried to ask him more information about one specific product, and he also at first he also gave me the link, and then I tried to force it to give me the picture. So I said, hey, can you show me the image? And it displayed the image on ChatGPT on the conversation. So I guess it's possible in the foreseeable future that ChatGPT will understand more what the product is, and maybe they will, create some fancy cards or something when you try to list products with images. We don't know actually, but this is not a technical limitation, at least. It might be possible in the future. Then we had a bug, which is, the idea here is not to say that ChatGPT is not working or something, because actually it's a very good product, and it's still in limited alpha. So we understand that sometimes it's expected not to work, actually. So yeah, I just had a weird bug. I tried to create an endpoint with pagination, and ChatGPT wasn't really able to handle it. I had some bugs, but I don't expect that to come in production when the product will be ready, actually. So yeah, I did a last experiment with some pagination, and this was quite interesting. So this time my backend is only responding with 2 products at a time. And first, ChatGPT, I have a query parameter on my backend specification, which is page, which is a number. So you can ask for the page 1, the page 2, and the page 3. And the body response returns also the next page, which is a number. And this time ChatGPT got 2 items. So I asked him, hey, can you give me more items? And he understood that he could use the pagination, and actually this worked like a charm. So this is really cool. I asked him the next page, and then I asked him, hey, can you give me 10 more items? And he just fetched the backend and started to crawl it and get the responses it needed. So this was really cool. That's it. That's the end for today's video. So I hope those experiments will be helpful for you and might help you understanding how ChatGPT plugins work and how you will be able to use that technology in the foreseeable future for your company or something. I really believe that ChatGPT plugins will be very helpful for so many things. Purchasing things online, booking a table at the restaurant, or anything. So this technology is very exciting, and I hope you'll have a chance to have a look at it in the foreseeable future. Yeah, that's it. That's all for today. Have a good one. See you soon. Bye.